Hey, come on. Come on. Hey. What? Here we go, here we go, here we go now. Hey. Let's chit chat, this is the show now. Come on. Bad black mama's gonna let you know now. Hey. Here we go, here we go, here we go now. Come on. Let's chit chat, let's chit chat, hey. Let's chit chat, sis. Hey, what's up? Let's chit chat, let's chit chat, let's chit chat, sis. Hey.
All right, so this episode, what does loyalty look like? I'm sure we all gonna have our own different perspective on that. Did you give me this topic, Jasmine?
I was like, I never, when I saw something like, who done pick that? Because I don't know what it's like.
I thought it was you.
And I thought it was Keisha. I was like, well, Keisha came.
Was it you, Keisha?
I don't know where
keep a better track of that.
I was like, oh, that's my child. Look at the peace in that child. I want to live like that.
What?
In the sun with the plants in her face. You don't see a little salchicha, Tallulah?
Oh, look at Tallulah.
Yeah. And I'm like, that is the world's chillest dog. I'm like, she's about the sun, about her plants. She just needs her plants and her sun.
My cat actually loves to sit in the sun. Like she goes down to our dining room and Keith put a blanket there and she just sit out in the sun with her little one eye. With her little one eye just soaking in the sun.
Yeah. CG put her into the plants. I was like, girl, you are from New York. Like, you have never seen green in your life. But
CG cats can't be around plants. You know that they get sick.
Yeah, she just, well, I keep her, you look at that. She do this. She's always looking
like that snake plant. What? Toxic.
Yes.
Toxic.
I gave CG a list. I was like, well, you better not kill my baby with all these plants in this.
And lilies, like calla lilies, deadly.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I had the one in my dining room that we had since my mother-in-law.
She's looking at CG like, you better not kill me, stupid.
And we put it outside because we couldn't figure out why she got sick like a couple weeks ago. So the vet said it couldn't have been that because she would have been dead.
I gave CG a list. I'm like, boy, don't be because he always want to bring some plant from Lowe's. Like, bro,
I love plants too, but now they all in my little sunroom because can't have my little cat getting sick. Okay, so how do men and women show loyalty?
That's crazy.
You say that's crazy.
That I didn't even know who came up with that topic. I was like, I thought it was Keisha.
I didn't either, but I just okay.
It landed on our lap.
It wasn't me. I can tell you that much, but somebody came up and gave it to me. So, and they probably not even on the episode because it ain't me and you and Jaslyn. So, all right, y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, you know. How are you ladies doing today? Besides the allergy, the smoke, the pollutions in the air.
World ending.
Doing good. I feel like I have something in my eye, but I'm doing good.
That's the air, girl.
Got some stuff to do today.
I know I'm going to go out today too. You know, I haven't been out in a couple of days because of the, all these things going on in the air. But I'm going out today and try to enjoy the nice weather. It hasn't been feeling like really summer, so
no, it's a little chilly to me today.
Mm-hmm. It hasn't been really like warm. But let me not talk it up.
Nope, let's not complain.
100 degrees.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna go out and have some fun. Well, with the hupster, we're gonna go out and have some fun. Maybe we'll go to Atlantic City, something like that. Yeah, we like to go to the shore. So, ladies, this topic, I don't know how you feel about it. How do men and women show loyalty? Well, we're all women, so we can't really speak for men. But maybe we can speak for our significant others because we're all married ladies. So maybe we can speak for how our spouses, actually show loyalty. My idea of loyalty is being able to trust you. That's number one. There is no gray area in trust to me. Being able to trust you, being able to know that what you say you're going to do. That's really huge with me, And trust is not just saying you may go get into some indiscretions. I'm saying trusting you on your word. You know what I mean? Trust that you're going to be a provider, a good man. You know what I mean? Respect me. You know, so that's what I trust that you will do. That sums it up for me. I can leave the show now because that
Yeah.
means
And you know, Kim, glad you said that, because when I was looking up loyalty and how women and men show loyalty, the things that you name are the things that are exact on the list. So let's go back and let's define loyalty
okay.
according to the definition. So loyalty is a commitment to respect, support, and protect the other person in a relationship. And
Ooh.
some of those qualities that you name, would you're going to keep your promise. You're going to be supportive to your partner. You're going to be forgiving. You're going to respect each other's differences. You're going to have patience, and speak kindly about your partner to others. So that's a kind of thing to show loyalty.
Oh, yeah. Can you repeat that last one?
I speak kindly about your partner.
And you know why
Even
I
if
asked
they're
you to
not in your presence.
right. That no,
Yeah.
I asked you to
Yeah.
emphasize that is because you know, every time you have a disagreement with your spouse, you do not want your spouse to go to their friends and talk, you know, and say things that, you know, that may be going on at the moment because they're
Right.
thinking off of emotion. But I know that that does happen, you know, and actually me and Keith had this conversation about that because I think that when I was growing up, my mom and dad had a really tumultuous marriage, you know what I mean? And my dad was polar opposite of my mom in the aspect of my mom was she would like to talk to people, you know what I mean? Not to be offensive, but she talked to people, and you know that's how people infiltrate your relationship. My grandma taught me that you know tongue and teeth will fall out and join back together, so you need to not be you know sharing things even with your best friends because sometimes they'll start to look at things in another way but that's already put that person in a dim light. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
so I'm a firm believer in it that I just don't even if Keith gets under my skin, he already say you don't ever say nothing. Nope. Nope, because I already know it's not detrimental. If I say something, it's detrimental. We probably not coming back into the land of living good anymore. But that's a really good point, Keisha. Jaslyn.
Hey, I'm taking it all in. I'm like, whoa, that was a good definition.
Yeah,
You know, I'm the same as I always tell Aunt Kim the same thing. I told CJ before we got married, I have a huge rule, which is I don't show cracks in my foundation. My house can be
oh,
falling apart
girl,
inside,
ooh.
but nobody can come in because that little crack is enough for somebody to slide in. So we could
Ooh.
be killing each other, but we're gonna. Have you ever heard me say something bad about my perfect husband? It's been my man, my man, and it's gonna be
Yes.
like because as soon as I'm like, well, you know what? I don't like when CG does. Somebody's waiting for that, and then it's like, oh, what else don't you
Waiting.
like? What else don't you like about CG? And then now we have a CG hating club. When I'm in the room telling you my man, she's looking at him like, I know the real. No, I'm good.
That's what I'm talking about, Jasmine. You know what I mean? And I'm so happy that you know, I love you anyway, but I'm just saying I love you because you have the brightest and most positive personality. But you have a lot of I'm gonna say old people mentality. You know,
Yes.
I be
don't
saying young. I'm like everything hurts. What are you?
yeah. Well, everything hurt on the don't when you get to 50, you're gonna really know when things gonna hurt for no reason whatsoever.
My dad said 30, and I said, why would you say that? It was
Well, maybe he right, maybe 30, but I had a kid like at, you know, I had Jose at 30, and then that went, you know, that kind of turned things upside down in you know your body. But I just say that, you know, you have a lot of wisdom. I'll just say that wisdom, and that's gonna go a long way for, you know, your family. Keisha,
Yes.
so any other contributions?
Okay. So I was thinking about, or in research again, here I go.
That's good because you the
But
research lady.
how women and men show loyalty differently,
Mhm.
and how sometimes that may be a conflict. Say, for instance, okay, men tend to show loyalty by what they do. Like, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing these certain things, and I'm not. But we have to have that feeling. You can be doing certain things, but for us, are you doing the things that keep us going and attracted to you? They was like, well, I'm paying bills and I'm doing this. I'm
Girl,
doing
yeah.
all the things. So their loyalty is duty and honor.
It is.
It's an oath. I said I was gonna do this. I'm loyal to my word of keeping my word. I don't have time for all the feeling stuff. We like feelings. Are you doing all those things that I like? You telling me, babe, you look good every day, and because we're more feeling oriented
Right.
with loyalty. And if he's doing all those things that we kind of like, then that makes us be more attracted and loyal to him. So that's because I was actually looking at a podcast. I forgot the name of it, and I should have written it down, but they were talking about the difference, how men show loyalty and how women like to, as long as you're doing the things to keep them attracted and motivated, they'll show the loyalty to you. And the difference is sometimes you have to meet in the middle because, it's just men and women are different, and the priorities and the way they think and the way we're wired are different. So
That is so true, because I can
something.
speak for, like, I think that my husband is kind of a traditionalist. You know what I mean? He has a lot of the ways where, he knows that bills have to be paid. He's not gonna be looking at me. You know what I mean? You know, even though I have a really good job, he doesn't look to me for that. You see what I'm saying? And he feels that, birthdays, holidays, and things like that, he always gives me gifts. Always. You know what I mean? It's like he's not going to miss a beat when it comes to things that he think I like. Half of the times I'd be like, okay, I don't, because think as a woman, I know the things that I like, and I know what I can get for my own self. You know what I mean? But he doesn't skip a beat and things like that. And, he always feels that even if I don't understand what he's trying to do, he's not going to waver from that, because he's going to be consistent. You know what I mean?
That was another word, Kim, that was in there. Consistency.
Consistent. And you know what? That means a lot to me, because I was married before and I didn't have consistency, and it was okay, because you know what? I'm not in that anymore, but consistency to me is a lot. I have to give him a lot of kudos for consistency. You could be a consistent jackass too. You know what I mean? Just keep consistently doing terrible things. You know what I mean? But I mean, consistently knowing that he has to, and I say he has to, because that's what we signed up for. Like, I have to give him emotional support. I know that. That's how I show him that I'm loyal to him. I have to stand by him when he is not his strongest. I know this. You know what I mean? I know that I'm going to do that. But he don't have to count on my money. It's a helpful bonus. But at a period, and I say this jokingly, because Keisha, at a period when I closed my shop down, I really had this small group of customers. My husband was pulling all the weight of all our bills. We didn't skip a beat for anything like that, but he stepped up and was like, you know what? It ain't nothing changed, because I'm the provider. You know what I mean? I'm the provider. And you know how God blesses you in so many ways, because now we don't worry about that at all. Thank you, Jesus. But he knows that is the consistency that he shows. Amen. That's my
boy. Yeah, Mom.
So, on the flip side, how do we show loyalty to our husband? I just gave mine. Jasmine, how do you show loyalty to your hubby?
The biggest one, I guess, is like the way I have to carry myself now. Stuff's changed. CG is not my first boyfriend. Like, I was somebody before CG. But it's just, we talk about this all the time. CG doesn't have to worry about me in a room with, he doesn't have to worry about weird stuff with me, because it's a loyalty thing for me. Now that you guys gave that definition of loyalty, I'm like, that makes sense. Like, that's really the actual core definition of it. So with me, it's just now, as I'm older, it's the way I carry myself, the way I treat him, because when he's around me, I'm like, oh, he's nice. when I'm around, if I'm behind his back talking, you know, like a snake, I'm not helping him either. So, you know, I just, my loyalty and respect to him is with myself. I have to make sure that I keep myself in check. So he's able to freely do whatever he needs to do, and he's not here getting embarrassed. You know, no weird stuff. We live in
That's
small.
important. Because remember, a snake sheds its skin. I
Yes.
always say that. A snake sheds its skin.
After a while, don't you think that when you hear a woman talking about her husband or her man, you're like, why don't you believe
Absolutely.
that's so
Absolutely.
terrible.
Absolutely. Now, let me clear the air. Do I think that as women we need to have somebody to vent to sometimes? Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. But it's what you say. You see what I'm saying? You know, because it's always like, you know, I say the saying, you know, and I got this from actually your mother-in-law, Jasmine. It's two sides to the road. It's a coming and a going. You know what I mean? So just in that aspect, guess what? As you say something negative about your partner,
You're
your
really
partner
saying
can
something
have
negative about yourself.
exactly. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So when I say when you have to have somebody to some vent to, that's to each is your own. But you better be careful what you're saying. You see what I'm saying? You better be careful.
I think it's a point of not like destroying. One big rule we have, which I think is why we have a clear road, is when we fight, we don't destroy each other. Like there's people, I hear people fighting, and I'm like, you said that to your boy, the person you live with, or the person you have a child with, you said that to somebody, and they're like, yeah. And then I'm like, and you expect to go back into that relationship and everything's gonna be fine? Like,
No, because you can
Not
say
that
some words that
relationship.
you'll never forget when
oh
somebody.
my God, you can
You
get
won't.
upset,
You
but
might
it's still
forget it, but you
barrier.
might not forget.
That is so true,
After
Keisha. You know, I actually was listening to my my friend Tracy, and she was talking about um forgiving and forgetting. You know what I mean? You know, we always talk to we really need to forgive people just for ourselves. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But forgetting is another thing. You know what I mean? That's a work in progress, isn't it? It's a work in progress to forget what that person did, and that kind of keeps the slate clean. But the point she kind of emphasized on that some things you must forget, you know what I mean? Or like putting in some secondary department in the head, you know, because it's contradictory to saying you really forgive them because it's sitting there. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you've done something like uber awful to me, like, and I'm gonna say like you have beat me and all this stuff like that, I'm gonna forgive you, but I'm gonna be gone, so I ain't gonna never have to forgive you.
Oh yeah, because sometimes you do something and it changes how the relationship operates, even if you stay in it from now on out by things that you have done to each other. So that's very important. But this is what I also found. Check this out. Listen to this. Is how is a woman's loyalty tested? And you know what the answer that they said? When a man has nothing.
Oh my God.
A man has nothing. That's when your loyalty, and you stay with him and you work out everything. You know that he knows that he has someone loyalty. And then the opposite for a man. A man's loyalty is tested when he has everything. Just let that sink in. A woman's loyalty is tested when he has nothing. A man's loyalty is tested when he has everything.
That's powerful.
Because he has the option of doing what he wants to do, you know, regardless of your feeling, because I got all the cards. The
power.
I have, the power.
You know, I think that you really like hit a nerve in somewhere in my backbone or something like that. But I know that is the God to honest truth. And I will say this, and you know what? Please don't come for me, y'all, but I'm just going to be totally honest. I had somebody, you know, that I was there when they had nothing, and you know, they appreciated, but as soon as they got the opportunity to feel like they were above or, you know, doing very well, the whole demeanor changed.
They probably dismiss your feelings and your thoughts and your everything.
And I don't think I will I won't think if you I feel like in a marriage, you hit rock bottom, you hit it together. You see what I'm saying? Because you've been in together. I think that when you start becoming individuals and you hit rock bottom, it's something broke somewhere where I wasn't included. You see what I'm saying? And because I wasn't included, that means I need to step away from you. Because I don't want to take the chance where you felt like you was soloing and then you hit rock bottom and then you want to bring me in there to help bring you back up above board. Mm-mm. We're not doing that. You know, did that, done that, won't do it again. I'm sorry. And so I guess I don't have no loyalty. That's terrible, Kim. But
Just unloyal.
I'm just saying.
But it was like, wow. That was, and when I saw that, I said, wow. Really?
I experienced that, Keisha. I'm telling you, it's a very painful lesson. You know what I mean? It tests your trust in relationships going forward. You know what I mean? It does. It makes you always have this intuition to look for things that are going wrong in a person and that they're not sharing it. You know what I mean? I think that's all a part of being loyal to, even if things are not going well. You know, like I was with a person and, you know, they had been fired from their job and they didn't say a freaking word for a month. You know what I mean? Like trying to play it off and all kinds of stuff like that. Oh, you know, no. You know, but I was saying I was
But see,
much
that was
younger.
not on you. That was on that person.
Yeah.
Because they weren't
Exactly.
being honest and loyal to you.
Exactly.
In that, and having respect for you to be able to say, this is what happened, and you know, for you to have the opportunity to say, help that person out or whatever.
Yeah.
They didn't, give
They
that
didn't
to
say a
you.
word. And then it was like, do you mind putting a little extra on this? Because, you know, they messed up my check. Just making a whole facetious story.
Facade.
You know what I mean?
Now you're lying.
Just making up all kinds of stuff. And then eventually it came out because, like, okay, I'm going to work. Why are you home? You know what I mean? Why are you at home?
He worked from home.
Yeah, that's not gonna work for me
And
anymore.
see, I'm glad you said that too, because another thing that it says, if a man is loyal, he won't ever make you wonder where you stand or what he's thinking about the future. So
Girl,
you just brought that in right there. You
repeat
never
that
have
for the
to
people
wonder
in the
about
back.
it.
Repeat that for the
Done
people in the
after
back. 'Cause that's
Okay.
included.
He won't ever make you wonder what where you stand or what he's thinking about for the future.
And that's the episode. That's it. That's
You mean if you think about it, you gonna be loyal to somebody you don't trust what they're doing for your future?
Right.
exactly.
Yeah,
I try
you
to have a
can't.
conversation every day with the ladies, and they just get mad at me, and I'm like, because nobody understands. I'm like, all right, so stay broke and afraid and unprotected. Like I'm just trying to help you.
Broke, afraid, and unprotected.
Boom.
Not a part of my language, but
I
okay.
like that sounds attractive to you because I'm giving you the juice and you keep throwing it back. So I'm like, all right then.
You know, I mean, even when they jeopardize your security of having a home, do you not think that's a possibility? Because that's true. You know what I mean? Somebody can do something in a relationship with solo and not including you, and you loyal to them and thinking it's one way, you know? Because I think when you become loyal, especially as women, we don't do like the double checks. You see what I'm saying?
That's my biggest issue. Once I'm like, I love you, that's it. Like we don't ever have to, it's whatever you say forever.
And that could cause you to be homeless. If you, I'm just saying, it could cause you to be homeless because
especially
think about it, y'all. Think about if the person is the main provider in the house, okay?
Right.
You're entrusting that they are doing what they say they're going to do, and they have some type of problem or an addiction or anything like that. You don't do the double checks. Things not getting paid. You're going on outside. You see what I'm saying? And they could be the sweetest person in the world, but you didn't do the double check. And I think it's nothing wrong with doing the double checks. I do the double checks in my marriage right now because I know my husband paid all our bills. You see what I'm saying?
Mine too.
He paid all our bills.
All of
You know what Kim
We all
do?
got like,
Kim is in the bank account looking to see what came out. You know what I mean? If I don't see that big boat that says Navy Federal, why didn't they? You see what I'm saying? Because on the flip side of that, he human. Because what if he just forgot and made a mistake? You know what I mean? It's a lot to juggle all your bills in your house.
It is. It is.
You see what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with my
Make it easy for
one
that.
good eye, my blurry eye.
Put him on auto payment, so we both chilling.
That's true. That's true. But
I
like I told y'all,
can't go through the
he's a
next federal.
traditionalist. He's not auto paying nothing. He gonna be like if you saw him in his little corner, you know.
Oh my God!
Keisha knows how our room is set up. Huh?
They have, now that I'm in Richmond, like when I go to CG's family's house, they got like a room where they do their bills, and I'm like, y'all don't got, you know me, I'm trying to tech a lot. I'm like, y'all don't got like a receipt system I can start for y'all, or like they're like, no, baby, I got a little desk, some paper, and a notebook that writes everything down. I'm like, oh my God.
We had that here, and I'm not a firm believer that, Jasmine, I will say that. I believe in, you know, using our technical advancements to the utmost. Like I had to tell my husband about, you know, getting BMO and Cash App so I could send stuff to my, you know, my children that's in Virginia. And he was like, well, Kim, can't you just send it? Why don't you do it too? You know what I mean? But he doesn't really care about that kind of stuff. He'll tell you in a minute. He still wants a flip phone. He doesn't want this iPhone. I hear that, and he didn't have the iPhone for 4 years now. So he don't know why I went and got rid of his flip phone. You know what I mean? So he doesn't really care about things like that. But saying that, I say that you kind of can let things fall through the crack. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I be like looking and double checking. So I'm loyal to him in that aspect of making sure that he doesn't fall and take us all down into the drain with him, because I'm joking. But I'm not. I mean that for real. But yeah, you know, I think this was a really good episode. It had a lot of substance to it. I really liked this episode. I can't wait to people give us feedback on this, because
I want to see what the men got to say, because I want to know if we hit it on the.
Maybe we'll have to invite, you know, like CG and Jay back to get their perspective on, you know, loyalty, and we just sit quietly, you know, and let them.
To see if we got it right, because we just gave our women perspective. I want to see if we hit it on the nail.
Absolutely. So you know, I'll get in touch with Jay and see what he says. I'm sure CG will be down for it. So, you know, anybody got any final thoughts?
Keep your business to yourself. Keep your house.
Good one, girl. Good one. Keisha?
Let's see. Okay, I got a quote.
Okay.
Quote, because I don't have a final thought, but I saw this quote. It says, respect is earned, honesty is appreciated, trust is gained, and loyalty is returned. That's it. That's all.
I like that.
Right on the button. You have to send that to me in a text, Keisha, because I'm going to use that, you know, when I post this. So yeah, I really like that. All right, ladies, great episode. So joining me today is
Jaslyn
and Keisha.
And I'm your girl, Kimmy. So join us every week when we drop a new episode on Wednesday. And join us on our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. So have a wonderful week on purpose, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Take care.